Well, this is something we need to talk about. Close to 800 people have chosen to end their lives under Canada's new law that allows medical assistance in dying. Suicide by doctor or nurse became legal in Canada in June 17th. So there you see where it's breaking down in the provinces. Quebec did it first. They were a month ahead out of the gate. But just since June, over 200 people in Ontario, BC, it's kind of following populations there. But we need to talk about this. 800 people in Canada. And this couple, Ernie and Kay Sievewright, caught my attention because a few weeks ago, they were unable to do a suicide together, and their medically assisted death was committed 4 days apart from each other. And the heartbreak that the press is playing into this here is showing us the Pandora's box we're opening. So I wanted us to ask a generation-to-generation question here. When aging people choose suicide, how does that affect grandchildren? And then the next battle line is one of conscience. The right of a medical worker to protect their conscience. Jeff Blackmer, spokesman for the Canadian Medical Association, said this month that the list of potential medical aid in dying providers is getting shorter because a lot of physicians, and I'm quoting Dr. Blackmer here, a lot of physicians and other healthcare providers are finding that it does have a psychological toll. Interpreted, killing is not easy, and our medical profession is now wrestling with that. So with 800 doctor-assisted suicides in Canada in the last 7 months, it's taking a toll on the conscience of healthcare workers. In Ontario alone, we've got about 13 assisted deaths every week. So you can learn more about this issue, how to speak out for sanctity of life, for conscience rights, by going to the Coalition for Healthcare and Conscience. We've put their website up. This is one of the issues you need to speak into government with, both provincially and federally. Finally, let's think about this. Dying well affects every family in Canada. How we care for people who suffer, how we face our own suffering and end of life matters to more people than just myself. Suffering and dying is an individual act, but the experience of it has been designed by God to touch others. There's a deep ethic of love, care, and kindness that is only learned by walking through the valley of suffering and eventual death with people. We'll keep talking about these tough choices we're making. Meanwhile, get out there and care for each other. I'm Lorna Dueck.